Roland-Garros, Sunday the 9th of June. We're in 90 minutes from now. Two titans of the clay will go head-to-head for the biggest prize that this surface has to offer.
Live on Facebook, YouTube, RolandGarros.com, and the official app. Welcome to Live at Roland-Garros. It's men's finals day, and we're so happy to have once again with us former world number 5, Daniela Hantuchova. And Daniela, you can say a lot has changed in a year, but we've got the same final we have from a year ago, and maybe it feels just the same because once again, Rafael Nadal is the heavy favorite.
Well, I wouldn't say he's as a heavy favorite as he was last year. We must not forget the last time they played, Dominic was the winner here. So it's going to be an incredible match. And what a clay court season both of these guys had. So that's why it's going to be really difficult to do any predictions today. Obviously, Dominic having to play much more of a physical match yesterday where Rafa was already recovering and getting ready for the finals. That's going to be obviously a huge advantage for Rafa, but what a final we've got.
But you know we are going to be asking you for... You've already said at the start that it's difficult. We will, because we've got the king of clay against his heir apparent, and it's been so good to see the progress that Dominic Thiem has been making.
No, I mean, the effort he has made to establish himself within the other three guys is just incredible. And I think that new relationship with Nicolas Massu as his new coach has helped him tremendously. Also the fact that he's won his big Masters tournament in Indian Wells earlier this year on hard court, which we always thought clay court was going to be his most favorite surface. That's all giving him so much confidence. Also his girlfriend just winning a doubles title here as well and becoming #1 in the world in doubles. I mean, all these things are adding to the fact that how confident Dominic he's and he should be, because of the way he was able to close out that match yesterday against Novak was just incredible.
It's a chilly day today. We haven't really seen much of the sunshine. There's been a couple of spots of rain, and the action will be taking place a little bit later under these cloudy skies on Philippe Chatrier, Eli.
No, it's not chilly. Come on. Look, I'm wearing a short sleeve, completely dry, court is dry. It's time for the action. This is where it's going to happen in a few minutes, about 90 of them. At 3:02 p.m., Dominic Thiem will walk out court. He'll be followed by Rafa Nadal. At 3:10 exactly, if everything goes according to plan, first point will be played on court Philippe Chatrier for the 2019 final, the remake, the repeat of last year. Right now, it's very calm here. It's the calm before the storm, only the tennis storm, not the weather storm. We have up there, I don't know if we can see, tu peux tourner, go that way. We have people who are already sitting here, and they're not gonna lose any time. A lot of people, yeah, it's the big day. It's the big thing. You can see everything is done meticulously. They were fixing, in fact, the chairs next to the umpire, and to be very precise, the distance between the little table and the chair is exactly the size of a Perrier bottle, because that's what they use to measure. So, you know, it's perfect. Everything is done very, very meticulously, and the place is just ready to host the two champions.
Eli, thank you very much. A busy day ahead for Eli. Keep an eye on that match and getting a reaction for us that we'll have in our show later. Both players have been out practicing earlier today. And Daniela, I heard something quite interesting yesterday when we had Team Djokovic being played out in Philippe Chatrier. Nadal was once again on court 4, but Carlos Moya was having to either be Djokovic or Thiem, depending who was winning on Chatrier.
Yeah, it was a tough day for Carlos at the office because he had to be two players at once. And, you know, yesterday is a day when you have your day off before a big final. That is the time when you actually can practice the things you are going to be in the finals doing tactically mainly. So there are some drills that you want to prepare yourself for your next opponent, but you know, in these kind of conditions we had yesterday, they were literally checking the score all the time to understand whether they should be preparing to play a match against Dominic or Novak. So it was one of those days where I'm sure Carlos must be sore this morning because you know, having to try to be like Novak and Dominic at the same time, that's not an easy thing to do. But today on the practice court, that's going to be more of a routine warm-up and just really thinking more about your shots and your side of the court, where yesterday on your day off, that's when you really go very precise into the tactics and what you're going to try to do out there in the finals.
What are the nerves like for Rafa? I mean, he's done this 11 times before, obviously, so he's been here before, but does he still have those butterflies?
For sure. I mean, when you start to lose them, that's when you start to have problems. And Rafa being the best competitor we've got in our game, playing it really 1 point at a time, and that's where his strength comes from. So definitely he will be feeling the nerves, even though it's going to be here for the 12 times. So it's just incredible mentally how he's able to always keep the intensity, and that comes. There is also the nerves involved, because if you don't have that, you don't have the intensity. So that's actually a good thing, and it's something that every player looks forward to feel those emotions before a big day like today. And these are the moments that you train and practice all your life for.
And amazing, once again, the crowds. I mean, people had that kind of crowd when they were playing a match, and there were flags and there were screams and all the TV crews just trying to get a glimpse.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder what happens when he's back in Mallorca and when he literally doesn't have, well, probably that doesn't happen, that he doesn't have anyone to watch. But, you know, I mean, to practice in this kind of conditions, also Uncle Tony being out there, that's all super nice to see him here in the tournament once again as well. And it's just, when you have so many people watching your practice, it just gives you even extra motivation and extra intensity. And sometimes you got to be careful that you don't try to show off too much and spend too much energy. And you have to think about keeping all of that for the match when it actually happens and matters.
So as Rafa left the practice court, just next door, it's Dominic Thiem who walks onto his practice court. And I like that at the top of the show, you said that Rafa's not as heavy of a favorite. Why is that a year later for Dominic Thiem to have maybe more of a chance this year?
Well, just looking at the year Dominic has had so far and the way he's been playing, and also the belief there is, you can feel it with players when they walk around the practice courts, in the locker rooms, there is just different aura around him as well. Last year it was more of an attitude that he was super happy to be in the finals, but now when you look at his face this tournament and this year around, you just feel like he means business and he's not here just to play the finals, but he's here to win. And it was also interesting to see him coming out there a little bit later after Rafa, because obviously he needed a little bit more time to recover after that incredible match yesterday, and that's understandable that he bought himself a little more time to get extra recovery minutes to be ready for today's final.
And in the background in the T-shirt, we can see Nicholas Masou just scratching his head there. Now, this is a new partnership this year, but so far, their first tournament together, he won Indian Wells. It just seems to be going really well. And it's maybe, it feels like it's freed up Dominic Thiem a little bit.
Definitely so. I mean, that relationship, it's paying off big time. And I just feel it's so important for Dominic to have someone that has played the game as well. And so, you know, when you talk to your coach and you tell him that you are tired, you feel the nerves, he understands you because he's been through the same thing. So you just feel like you talking more of a same language. And it's interesting to see there that he's actually next to Dominic and not hitting with him, because I think before the semifinals he was actually hitting with Dominic as well. So it's a huge advantage to him that he can have his coach practicing with him at the same time. So I think it's a great relationship to have.
Okay, so both guys getting ready for what's going to be a huge final. It's a rematch here at Roland-Garros, and Eli Weinstein's been out and about. He spoke with the father of Dominic Thiem just yesterday, Wolfgang.
First of all, it's impossible that a player is 12 times in a final here. I mean, this is something what is really difficult to understand. But Dominic, I think he played already 4 times against him in Roland-Garros, so he knows what will come tomorrow. And I think this can help him. And physical-wise, we will see. I mean, now he will have a good treatment, and I think that he will be ready for tomorrow, because physical-wise, normally he's in a really good shape.
It's been tough clay court season. We got here playing very well last week in Rome, but the first couple of tournaments were not so good. But he's been playing better and better every week, and yeah, he's been playing well right in this moment, which is great for him. This his main goal, Roland-Garros, and yeah, he's been here he got here prepared, confident, because he won in Rome and he beat Djokovic in the final. So yeah, we've been in the right moment and in the right place. So yeah, happy about that.
Very happy is the Nadal camp, and that was from Friday afternoon. Do we remember when Rafael Nadal last played? Because it seems like forever ago, but let's remember that match. It was a straight set victory against Roger Federer, against the wind, those guys having to play in really tough conditions, but just not troubled this tournament so far. Daniela, how's Rafa Nadal? He's dropped 1 set the entire tournament against David Goffin in the 3rd round, but otherwise, he's just been straightforward.
It's been incredible to see what kind of form Rafa has been able to bring here to Roland-Garros, and it just seems like he's peaking just right at the correct time, because at the beginning of the clay court season, I was a little bit worried, and maybe if we wouldn't have won that title in Rome, I would not have put him in such a strong favorite for this tournament, but that was huge for him to be able to get the title before coming here to Paris. And then what Dominic had to go through, it was incredible as well. And it was interesting to see there his father saying, oh, he's going to be fine physically. It's like this is where you see where he gets his mental toughness from, that his father believes he's got to be ready, so does Dominic. And yes, I think it's going to be not easy for him to feel super fresh today after having to go through that match against Novak yesterday. But as his father said, he physically is at his best and peaking his form at the right time as well.
Can we talk about that just for a second?
Yeah.
The physicality, the 24-hour backup for Dami team to win that match over Novak Djokovic and now have the biggest ask in tennis. Rafael Nadal, 5 sets, clay.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what I love about Dominic? He does not point it out. He does not talk about it, how different it is to Rafa, because Rafa had that extra day to get ready and recover, and he did not have that. But you don't see him complaining about it. He just takes it, accepts it, and does whatever he can to be recovered as much as he can for today.
Now, we did put the question out there. It was very simple. And Daniela, we're giving you till the end of the show, but the viewers have spoken, and all you had to decide, was it Rafa? Was it Dominic? Was it team? Was it Nadal? 68-32. For you, is that about right in terms of the split? I'm not asking you yet, but is that right in terms of that split?
Yeah, I mean...
Your Instagram was a little closer, right?
Mine was closer, yeah. Mine was like 53-47, something like that. And that's where I will go more. I would say same like yesterday. Actually, if you want me to, I'll start with it right now. I think we'll be Rafa.
Okay.
4 sets though. And yeah, again, it's like 51-49, just like it was yesterday for the women's finals, because both of these guys had an incredible clay court season, playing, to me, best tennis I've seen them in a very long time. Actually, best tennis I've ever seen from Dominic's side. So it's going to be completely different final than to what it was last year, because I believe that Dominic has the belief to win. I just, for some reason, again, I feel like it's going to be Rafa's time, but we'll see.
You've got to go with Daniela's feeling, because yesterday Daniela said it would be Ash Barty's time to shine, to win her first Grand Slam title, and it was. And we're lucky enough that a little earlier today, Eli got to sit down with the 2019 Roland-Garros women's singles champion, Ash Barty.
Disbelief more than anything. I turned around to my team and couldn't believe what had just happened. It had been a magical 2 weeks, a crazy 2 weeks. I've loved every single minute, but also it's just been an incredible journey over the last 3 years, and all the work that we've put in has amounted to this. This is the opportunities and the situations that we want to put ourselves in. It's been amazing. Here until quite late, actually, on site, obviously doing all of what I needed to do, but also just having a quiet minute with my team and celebrating. But once we got back to the hotel, we just went out to dinner, stayed at the restaurant. We didn't get home too early, but it was a good night. It was a pretty quiet night, to be honest, but certainly a night to celebrate not only what we've done over the last 2 weeks, but over the last 3 years. There was a massive focus on my first round. I really wanted to try and focus on that first round and get through that to get myself into the tournament, to give myself a chance. And obviously every single round, anything can happen to the rest of the draw as well. There can be some expected, some unexpected results, and I just wanted to try and worry about myself and continue to chip away every single day, do all of the right things and enjoy it. I mean, I promised myself in a lot of my matches walking out into the court that I would smile, I'd enjoy it, I'd embrace it, and yesterday was no different. It was, you know, I just kept saying to myself, I may never get this opportunity ever again in my life, so try and grab it with both hands, enjoy it, smile, love it, and try and play your best.
Well, it's a huge congratulations to Ash Barty, who wins the singles title here. And there's been lots of trophies actually handed out in the last 24 hours. And we start last night after Ash Barty winning that singles title. What about this for Kevin Kravich and Andreas Mies? They beat Jeremy Chardy and Fabrice Martin. This was unexpected for the Germans. They come through in straight sets. And how about that celebration?
That's incredible because it was synchronized to perfection. And what an effort from these guys, because they were not only playing against a huge favorite, but also against the whole crowd. So, you know, these are the stories in our sport that you want to see as much as you can, because, you know, it's almost a Hollywood script, and they can't be any more happy. And who would have thought before the tournament that they will be lifting the trophy yesterday?
Yeah, for Kravic and for Mies, look at that celebration. They had won one small event in New York together earlier this year, and now they are Roland-Garros champions. Congratulations to those guys. The women's doubles final, it was played out earlier today, and actually our very own Camille Pan, she was commentating the match. And Camille, what happened in the women's doubles final?
Well, Gigi, Nick, Daniela, I'm so happy to be there to share the emotions we felt on this court because of the women double. Kristina Mladenovic and Timea Babos won the title, but what a performance today against a Chinese team. They were pretty good, actually, but the French girl and the Hungarian girl were just awesome today. They played good, they volleyed good, there were rocks at the net, and they played with a lot of power, playing this double with a lot of intensity, and also they dealt with the pressure quite good today. And they were so happy because they are best friends. They've known each other forever, and to share this emotion today on Central Court was such a thing for them. Well, I hope that Dominic Thiem, Kristina Blanovic's boyfriend, is going to play like this 100% of his potential, so maybe he can win against Nadal in maybe an hour now.
Thank you very much, Kavi. Wow, yeah, it could be some celebration if a Dominic Thiem were able to do the household double. Great for Kristina Mladenovic. Not only has she won the title with Timea Babos, but she's the individual world #1 in doubles.
Yeah, exactly so. And Kiki deserves every bit of it, because to me, she's the most complete doubles player we've got out there these days. Obviously, Timea, her partner as well, huge credit to her. And now maybe she gave Dominic a little bit extra motivation or a little bit more pressure, because already one Grand Slam trophy is going to wait for him tonight when he gets back, no matter what. So let's hope that's going to help him even more in today's match.
You have a last chance. Would you like to switch from Nadal to Thiem? I'll give you one more chance.
I would love to, because I love Dominic's game as well, but just because of the fact how many times Rafa has won here before, and he knows exactly how to deal with these kind of situations. Although I'm extremely convinced that Dominic's time is going to come here in Roland-Garros one day, but I just don't feel like it's going to be today, and I'm going with Rafa.
Okay, so not this year. But we're going to be back later. It's half an hour, isn't it? Half an hour after the trophy has been lifted by either Rafa Nadal or Dominic Thiem. We'll be back with you.
Yeah, we certainly will. And for now, it's all about those two guys, Rafa versus Dami. It's their 13th meeting. It is the 2019 Roland-Garros Men's Championship match.